Hey, hey. Hello, everyone. We will start just in a minute. Немножко, я что в этом стали так далеко. Еще ближе, можете чуть-чуть вот слайды, чтобы были видны. А мы вот здесь аккуратно в уголке. Ну что, вы готовы? Everyone is ready? No? Okay. 1, 2, 3, and we are ready, Yura. Hello, everyone. Hello, world, actually. Nice to see all of you after the summer break, and we are, as a AWS user group, 3city, back on track. I'm really happy to see a lot of the new faces. I'm really happy to see a lot of our loyal users. Thanks for coming again. Without you, nothing is possible. Our today event will be mostly about GenAI. We will talk about the tools, we will talk about the practices, best practices maybe. And we will not take a long time. We will just thank you to our sponsors. Without them, this event is also not possible. If you are just starting your path and would like to join our EPAM Academy, you can find the link on the next slide, or you can share with your colleagues who just starting this path in cloud, in DevOps. EPAM has more than 30 years experience in these practices, and I will share this. Actually, this link will be available during the video streaming, so if you would like to find it, you can find it on our YouTube channel. And if you are mature and experienced engineers like we are, we're also waiting for you. We are hiring, so if you are curious about the open positions, feel free to scan the QR codes and join us. And some of you already saw this beautiful slide. It is about the short survey. This survey is about AWS certifications. It's without registrations, without any personal data. It's just 2 questions. Do you have the certification? If yes, that's great. If no, why? If you can scan it and help us to pass this survey, it will help us to organize maybe a particular event about the certifications. Maybe you have some questions. It will just help us to track how our community feel about the certifications, and we will prepare something. And I will pass the floor to my colleague Boris. He will tell you a beautiful story, how we visit Stockholm, Berlin, and beautiful places.
Hello. Today we discuss many about AI, but also we don't forget about people. Here you can see different pictures from different meetups. We don't just create meetups here in Gdansk, but with user group we go to different cloud days, AWS summits, and so on. So the nearest summit, nearest AWS Cloud Day at Warsaw at 18 September. So I invite all who can take part in this meetup. It's very interesting, funny, and give many positive emotions. So also, if you want to go together in group, maybe invite all of you.
Okay. Just contact us. Just contact us. Yeah. Okay, so we call ourselves as AWS User Group 3city. So 3city mean not only Gdańsk, and I am happy to announce that we will come back to the Gdynia, and in the October, in the PPNT, there will be our next meetup. You can save the date. It will be 17th of October. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Grzegorz. You can sit, I will present this first speaker, okay? You can sit, I will introduce the first speaker. Okay. And that's actually all updates from our side as from leaders of these communities, for organizers. And let me introduce our first speaker for today. It's Aliaksei Semirski, my colleague from EPAM. And he will introduce his presentation about how we did the face recognition during the EPAM AI games. We had the hackathon, and we created the POC for the mood recognition for the children, and Alex will share the story how it was. Alex, floor is yours.
Yeah, hello. I believe it works properly. 1 second, please. I have some wires to connect. Right. So let's wait a bit. Yeah, great. So hello and welcome again to AWS 3city Meetup dedicated to the AI technologies and the tool sets that we have in cloud and AWS in particular here. And before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Aliaksei Semirski. I'm a senior systems engineer at EPAM, and today I walk you through through the, let's say, the warm-up theme about how we managed to build, design, and our application, and what lessons we've learned. So everything started with the EPAM AI hackathon, and our team that consisted from DevOps engineers only had to choose the topic to implement. So during some discussion and with some democracy, we agreed that we will go with autistic children mood recognition application. And as you can see already, the topic was inspired by the Good Doctor series that actually shows that it's pretty hard to build the relationship with your colleagues and with people around you being an autistic person. And with that, we thought that it might be much harder for the children with autism to deal with people around them, because as you can see on the slide, they express their emotions in a different way, and that leads to the difficulty in recognizing and interpreting the emotions of others. And it also has a huge impact on social and emotional development. And here you can see some slide with the statistics for the year 2022. As you can see, these, let's say, not actually the problem, but difference has huge numbers between among children. And yeah, so actually it shows that it's a real problem. But with the development of the countries and medicine, it became much easier to diagnose this autism thing. So, and our concept was to build and utilize AI technologies as much as possible, because again, we're a team of DevOps people. We have no idea how to build huge applications or applications in general. We're like aware of some coding and scripting, but yeah, so, and with that in mind, we decided to go with the service that will perform all the job for us to obtain the better results and to save our time, because we were limited in 2 weekdays, actually the Sunday and the Saturday. And also we decided to go with the OpenAI ChatGPT model, just because we can, and we had some money there. So, and the idea was to provide valuable feedback for the caregivers of those children. And here you can see our architecture. So everything works pretty simple. User upload the image to our website that was hosted on a S3 static website platform. This upload triggers the API gateway. API gateway triggers Lambda. Everything happens there inside with the Recognition API and ChatGPT API. And this thing returned the, let's say, valuable information for the caregiver. And about the architecture approach, so the main idea was to design the architectures that does not require a lot of things to manage, and we decided to go with CloudFront and S3 as a front-end part, gateway, API gateway, and Lambda as a backend part, because we wanted to adopt serverless processing, and we didn't want to manage anything to build. Well, that's much better, thank you. To build to build our infrastructure. And with that in mind, we designed it that way, and that allowed us to spend more money on the model training and processing the requests with API. I'm sorry, not the API, but with the Recognition API model requests. So, and few words about the Recognition service. So it's a cloud-based image video and analysis service that makes it easier to, like, actually it's out-of-the-box service that works already. You just need to create a data set of your images, label required stuff you want to recognize there, to be recognized there, and train it. So as you can see, you just need simply to draw a rectangle there, said that, put a label, and yeah, spend some time on training. And let's check what do we have for our model here. So we created a data set of 217 images, 70 images, and 30 labeled test images. And we achieved the result of 0.8 out of 1. And that's actually quite good because we didn't spend much time on it. So yeah, we got a pretty smart model for our purposes. And why did we use it? Also because we are not psychologists. We don't work with such kind of children. So we decided to go with a limited number of emotions, such as anger, confusion, annoyance, happiness, and fear. And yeah, that's helped us to build a, let's say, more or less accurate model. And it worked well. And here's some part of our next AI thing, that is ChatGPT actually. So here we decided to parse Recognition API response because it was actually quite messy. So we prepared the data before this prompt and left only required parts there. And we designed this prompt. We tried various ways to design the prompt to obtain better results. And we decided to go with the one-shot technique, as you can see, because it was actually quite accurate and fast. And we decided to go with the ChatGPT 4 model because it works well with JSON and stays in the context for a long period of time. So, and as a result, this thing provides us with a again, quite accurate result for a caregiver, how to deal with a children emotion. So, and few words about this prompt. So, again, best practices for the prompt engineering. Create a scene, define a role, define a task, provide some examples, and you have a great result there. And here is our Lambda. And I wanted to draw your attention to the API of the Recognition client. So you can see here max results and mean confidence parameters. And these two are quite interesting because, as you can see here, we have annoyed and scared emotions, and scared tells that we have 58% there. But we set the minimal confidence of 0.7, that is equal to 70%. And the idea is that in case you have max results defined, minimal confidence is not counted. So in that case, it returned only 2 emotions, and only 2 emotions are shown. So we spent like, let's say, half an hour trying to figure out what's going on and what's wrong there. But this only because that way how the recognition service works. So yeah, and this is application breakdown here. Everything is pretty simple. So you just click, choose the file, upload your image, and everything processing, and you obtain the results of emotion analysis and how to deal with these emotions. Okay, so and here are some assets that were generated by AI. So we created our logo, our background there, some HTML and JavaScript piece of code here. So, and also CSS code. So every part of the front end was developed by the AI model, and we actually just updated it by saying please fix this and that in an application that we were using. So, and these are the services that we're using. So, obviously, our heart, the heart of our application, the custom labels model, Anthropic Cloud via AWS Bedrock, my journey to generate the images, and ChatGPT 4 to be a part of our application. And if you're interested in exploring the more services that AWS provides, please visit this link to get more details there. And also the learned lessons. So obviously with this small piece of code, we were able to achieve expected result, but there also were additional lessons that we learned. So the first one, obviously, is that we learned how to work with a custom label service. Again, pretty simple thing, just put your image, create a label, train your model. And next one is pretty interesting here because we missed that part. And after the event, we noticed that for 2 days, it consumed like $150. So the recognition service actually inhales your money, and it takes for something about $4 per hour to work. So it's not designed to, in case you have money, of course, it's designed, but it's not designed in general to work with a constant workload or to be in a demand state. If you want to use this, for now, the better practice is just like to turn it on, process all the images you need, turn it off, and yeah, you will save a lot of money and will obtain results that you wanted to get. And also, again, quite obvious things here, practice in prompt engineering. So there were a few engineers that wanted to get more of the AI in general. So we spent some time learning things. And the last one, don't even try to create a lambda layers on Apple Silicon chip for Python, because you will encounter a lot of problems there because of the platforms are different, and you'll need to. So in our case, we created a EC2 instance, put our code there, run everything we need, and finally we were able to create the deep package for the lambda layer. And yep, that's actually it from my side. Thank you for your attention, and feel free to ask any questions. Yes.
Okay, I have 2 questions. First of all, do I understand correctly that
Can I give you more microphone?
Okay, good. So as I mentioned, I have 2 questions. First of all, do I understand correctly that recognition was responsible for identification of emotions, right? So
Maybe not quite for. So again, it just was our. Hello? Can you see me better? Right. So yeah, actually, we designed it. We not designed it, but we trained our model to deal with emotions. So we had, let's say, the data engineer that who worked with these images. He actually spent a lot of time there. He was accurately selecting face features, labeling them, and yeah, that's.
But you were training recognition with it.
Yes.
So ChatGPT responsibility was to give advice based on
yeah,
result.
so AWS Recognition returned the huge JSON. We prepared a document for OpenAI model, and we fed it to it. And yeah, ChatGPT was responsible for providing the result in result response.
Yeah, and second question, if you had to train recognition to recognize autistic children emotion, where did you get a labeled dataset for it? Because if I understand correctly, it's very specific thing, and the recognition as a service may not recognize those emotions correctly. How do you know that your solution is valid?
Yeah, that's the case. So again, by default, recognition provides you with some demos you can use and try them. But in general, you need to train your own model. So again, our data engineer browsed through the internet. He tried to pick most relevant pictures. Again, a lot of, not quite a lot, to be honest, but there were some resources with dedicated to autistic children and autistic people in general. And yeah, we took those pictures and we were carefully labeling, again, from our perspective, because we are not psychologists, we don't work with them. We tried to be accurate as much as possible and labeled these images with corresponding emotions. And yeah, just from our perspective. It's like not going to be 100% accurate from perspective of those type of people in general, but we try to achieve it.
Yeah, it was mostly like a proof of concept. I just was curious whether there is some open source database of such images.
No, unfortunately, no. We had to create our own. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and can I ask about the parts where you used OpenAI?
Right.
Did you consider switching it to models provided by AWS by default? So I mean, whether more Mixtral or Llama models, because you can, if I understood correctly, the responsibility of the second model was to interpret and interpret some JSON. Okay,
right.
So you could just prepare a fine-tuning data set and try to fine-tune using, I don't know, LoRa to make the free model perform the same task. So you save, because GPT-4 is like 10 times more expensive than 3.5. And if you use a model provided by the AWS, like Llama, you gain performance by reducing inference time as well as cost. Did you consider that?
Right. So again, it just was a part of our hackathon project, and we, to be honest, didn't think a lot about what are we going to use. We know that we have our AWS subscription, and we also wanted to put some additional AI stuff around. So we just decided that this part will go with AWS, and also we wanted to show that we will that we are able to. Actually, let me rephrase it a bit. So. We wanted to show that everyone can build an application using any technology, so on every platform. So in that way, we try to show that here is how we work with AWS Recognition service, and here's how we work with OpenAI. So actually, mostly that was the goal. So not quite about the design, but we just wanted to put things inside.
Okay, I understand. And did you try to use Assistance API from OpenAI, or you just used regular prompt?
Yeah, regular one.
Okay, regular one. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you too.
Thank you. Another question?
Hello. I have one that probably, since it was hackathon, it remains in the open-ended, but what would you think, or what would you advise to change in the regular QA process while working with the AI generated everything here?
Yeah, let me think. So actually, the first of all, double check everything it provides to you. And again, in case you're working with code, double check, unit test, integration tests, so on and so forth. Not quite from my side, I would say, because it's pretty specific. So again, if we are talking about the assets that are code, obvious stuff. So check, commit, CI. You're done. In case of the images, so double check that it's actually best practice is working with AI. Double check that it's not ruining the authority rules and so on and so forth. That it has no, I don't know, blaming stuff. So yeah, that would be it for me.
Okay, and I can speak with that. Sorry. So, and for this some space of models, yeah, because you trained it, yeah, you have a data scientist that trained it. Were there additional steps, or would there be an additional steps to check this confidence level?
So as far as I'm concerned, because we were not spending a lot of time in AWS, but from the perspective of ChatGPT, for example, because I'm more well aware of that, I would obviously interpret some things, implement some things such as, there is an API point to check stuff like about the installation, violation, rights violation, and so on and so forth. Actually, I would use that one. Also, some monitoring stuff about what type of, it's not related to our application, but in general, what type of prompts users tries to use. And yeah, it will provide a lot of details how we need to tune our model. Actually, yeah, design your system prompt correctly. It will work like in 90% of the ways, because I believe we don't use ChatGPT 3.5 so much here, and we're moving to new models, and it's much more stable in terms of system prompts. So yeah, just design your system prompts, set up a monitoring for user prompts. Yeah, follow best practices.
I saw some questions on the on front. Yeah.
Why did you use Midjourney for? I didn't
Yeah,
get that part.
Midjourney was used for these assets. So you can see our logo here. It's
I thought you
it's
generated
a smiling child. So actually, I thought that it was just a ball with face, but then I recognized some hairs and these red dots on the cheeks. So yes, this small face of a child and the background with the stars and space. So we wanted to highlight that everyone is a star, every child is a star, so there is no difference. Yeah, that's our goal.
Okay, thanks.
So at first you've mentioned that you've achieved some accuracy around 0.8 or something like that.
Yes. So by the end of our training, the model achieved the 0.8 result.
So what
out
was
of
your
1.
training data set in order to validate it, or like how the validation process was calculated?
So validation happens on the AWS side firstly. So when you train your model, you then obtain the report. It provides you with false positive, with the positive results and with negative results. You review the report because it actually says, for example, on the image with anger label, it's recognized, let's say, annoyance, and you just go to your data set, fix your labels a bit, providing, I don't know, maybe more training images, and train it again.
Okay, so you didn't end up writing any code or anything that
Yeah,
would validate it on your side. You
It
will
was done completely manually, so 270 images for model training. And yeah, we were validating our results with output from AWS.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you. So more questions around there? No?
Just a quick question about the images itself, because I don't know if I catch it. The images of these autistic children were generated, or?
No, we searched across the internet, found few sites that provide us with that image, with those images. Not actually the children, because as far as I understand, it's like pretty personal thing. There are not a lot. We don't have a lot of images with the children in general, but we have some set of images with autistic people. So yeah, we just search the internet, label them, and that's it.
Okay, and then after what I understood from your response for the colleague, you solely like taken the report from AWS, so you didn't split like your data set for training, testing, and evaluation. Just simply.
No, there were 270 images for training and 30 images for testing.
Okay.
So yeah,
I get it.
because there is no way to like create your model without training data set. So you teach your model by. Actually, there is it should be 80%, if I'm not mistaken, images for train and 20% images for test. So something like that. So and without that, you're just not allowed to create a model.
Okay, thanks.
We have any more questions? I go to the front. Any more questions? No. So thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you for questions, and we have 3 gifts to give out.
Anton and Alex have? Okay. So feel free.
Yeah, 1 second, it's stuck. Okay, so the first one go to you, obviously. You asked quite good questions, and even a tricky bit, so thank you a lot.
For you.
So the second one goes to the gentleman that asked the question first, there.
first question. Oh, okay.
And the third one goes to the person here, and because there were actually pretty interesting questions about AI in general, best practices. This man in a white shirt, yeah, great, thank you. So there were interesting questions about the AI in general, how do we implement the stuff, the prompt engineering techniques, and so on and so forth. So yeah, thank you for your questions, and thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
I think we have some time, so we begin some rest.
But yeah, thank you again, Alex, for your beautiful presentation, and we will prepare for the next speaker. Yeah. Let's go in here. Thank you, Alex. Where is our second speaker? And we're back on track, guys. Hello, everyone, again. And I'm super thrilled to announce the next speaker,
I'm not.
developer, YouTuber, AI enthusiast, influencer, Lex Kartynnik. Please welcome.
No, I asked this really good guy Anton to wait a little bit because I need to setting up my environment. But okay, let me do it without you. You can just relax for now. Oh. Okay.
We can actually talk with the public while Alex is preparing. So how much of you first time attending the event today? Just curious. Super great. Who is attended all of the meetups? I know we have some people. At least me. Okay. Who know the Alex as a blogger?
This is my question. Don't do my work, please.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm bad stand-upper. Okay. What is your favorite idea? Okay. I probably will leave the floor because Alex is almost ready, so enjoy.
Okay. I'm really afraid of you, you know. Not because you are scary, but because I'm really bad English language speaker. Yeah, who of you knows me? Please raise up the hand. Oh, nice, thank you. And for the rest of the audience, why these people know me? I don't know, to be honest. No, I'm joking. I'm working as a programmer since 2011 as a .NET developer, so my most of experience related to development. And 6 years ago, approximately, I started working on my YouTube channel. It's named IT Boroda. This is Russian language YouTube channel, one of the biggest channel about tech and about IT. I made an interview with people about technologies, about programming languages, and so on. So this is why some people knows me. And also last maybe 2.5 years, I switched from the commercial programming to DevRel, developer relations, let's say, or community building. And now I'm working in EPAM as a community builder of Anywhere Club community. So most of my work related with content, tech content creation. And also, because this is technical content, I spend a lot of time for test new tools, especially new tools for programming, because I'm fond of programming. I really love programming, and I programming a lot in my spare time. Especially with AI last several years. So this is why today I'm going to tell you a little bit about how we can use AI in programming. And let's try to share my presentation. Yeah. I'm the person who calm a lot, so when I keep calm on the stage, it's totally normal, because you together with me can feel this Spanish cringe, yeah? Please start feeling it. I don't want to be the only one person who feel it. Yeah, presenter view. And where is my internet? Like up, start. Yeah. So who am I? I'm Belarusian people. I am from Belarus. People from Belarus, I believe, understand this color scheme. Yeah. Yes. Who, if you don't understand, this is the color of the flag of the Freedom Belarus: white, red, and white. Lex Kartynnik, IT Boroda, this is me, this is my site, my website. If you want to find all of the projects that I'm working on, you can check it. I made a lot of content, a lot of things for people and for engineers. So software engineer, last 30 years, tech blogger, this is my main channels, IT Boroda, IT Beard on English, Temny Lёs, this is my Belarusian language podcast, and 1 year ago we launched with my friend Viktor Shelenchenko one of the hugest podcasts about AI in Russian language, about AI news, AI podcast. So if you understand Russian language, you can subscribe to all of this channel. If you understand English language, you're a really good person. Community leader. Yeah. I'm also working as a community leader in EPAM on AW Club community. Also, we're working with engineering excellence. Maybe some of you working in EPAM and know what is it. This is practice for be a good engineer. So we are like promote this practice on a wide audience. And also I moderate a community of Belarusian people in Mastodon. This is vkl.world. Велике княство Литовское. I know that in Polish people don't know what is it. It's totally okay, but it's not funny. Okay. I'm sorry. I really love Poland. I live here 2 years. It's the best country. And Evoluция Кода, this is my one of my fresh project. This is private community for engineers who want to be more productive with AI. Inside this community, we learn tools, we learn how to use some kind of libraries in the project. So all stuff related to AI with programming. And today I'm going to tell you about generation AI tools for programming. And who of you using AI tools in your everyday life? I mean, every day. No, almost 80%. Okay, and for programming. Okay, and by the way, do we have not programmers here? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, this presentation not for you, but still you can interrupt me, you can get fun in this way. Okay, in programming, could you please tell me what's the most popular tools that you are using? What's the name of this tool? ChatGPT, Copilot? Amazon Q, nice. Victor, Amazon Q, huh? And only Victor, person from Amazon said, what do you say, it's Stack Overflow, yeah? Old school, nice. Yeah, what's the interesting, a lot of people, a lot of engineers that I have a contact with, they say that they're using mostly ChatGPT. And guys, no, you don't need to use ChatGPT for programming. This is like using shit of dinosaurs. ChatGPT made only for your everyday conversation with AI. This is not a specific product for programming. For now, we have a lot of more specialized and better tools that I show you today. What's the main point of my presentation? That working with AI directly in the IDE is more convenient and productive than using it outside of IDE. From this perspective, ChatGPT is not our way. And probably most useful use case and most recognizable use case in engineering audience, this is intelligent code completion. I believe that all of you knows what is code completion, what is IntelliSense. If you don't know, this is. Yeah? You just type your code, insert dot, and after dot you see class, properties, you see all of the stuff that you can use if you have, for example, open members of your class and so on. So this is pretty deterministic way to coding faster. For example, I can read the text that I prepare. Yeah? For example, when we put a dot, yeah, after the name, get rid of it. This is how looks like intelligent code completion. So you write some code. What's most important? You write the context that AI system can get and understand what do we need. Right inside the comment, for example. Then you write your first line of code, and AI propose you next line of code, or even whole function. This is one of the first way for implementing AI inside programming, and to be honest, this is most of dumb way, because all of this functionality with code completion works on pretty dummy models, because we need to get response really fast. And this code completion only can make us a little bit faster, not more. What's the most useful tools for code completion? To be honest, on the market we have not a lot of tools for code completion. Most are useful GitHub Copilot. They implement code completion maybe 2 years ago. This cost $10 per month, I believe. Who of you using GitHub Copilot? 5, 10 people. What's the rest people doing here? Okay. It's totally okay that you are not using GitHub Copilot, because GitHub Copilot already pretty old tool, and it is not the best way for today start using AI tooling, but still it is pretty powerful tool. Amazon Q Developer, thank you, Victor. I believe that you developed it. Amazon Q Developer, this is free tool, free for use code completion. So if you don't have $10, you're tech guys, you can haven't it. Please use Amazon Q Developer. JetBrains AI Assistant. This is separate product from JetBrains. I mean separate from IDs. You need to pay $20, yeah, for getting multi-line code completion, and it is pretty creepy. The least useful from all this list, but still they have it. And inside JetBrains IDs, if you don't know, you have by default you have one line code completion, intelligence code completion. You just need to turn it on inside a setting. But if you want multi-line code completion, please pay money to JetBrains. And JetBrains, really good company. Yeah, I like JetBrains. I'm not from Amazon. I can say that I like JetBrains. Yeah, and Codium AI. This is one of the first tools that implement code completion. They also have free to use plans, so you can use Codium AI. All of these tools work in like plugin inside your IDE. The most supported IDEs, this is those IDEs from JetBrains, all of JetBrains IDEs, Visual Studio Code. If I right remember, GitHub Copilot also support Visual Studio, and JetBrains support NeoVim, if I right remember. So if you use some weird IDE, it's not your way. Second most useful case for using AI is this is integrated AI chat. So pretty simple, yeah? You can use ChatGPT inside your browser, but this is not convenient way. I want ChatGPT right inside my IDE, so please. You can just install the plugin, and right inside your IDE you will see this pretty good chat with different platforms. You can get plugins for OpenAI, for Claude, for Anthropic API, yeah, for Mistral. And why do we need an AI chat inside our IDE? Why we don't can use just ChatGPT? Because it's more convenient than switching between the browser and between the IDE. And also integration inside the IDE has a lot of more integration with your code, especially with understanding of context of your project, of your entire project. And also integration get you a lot of small, pretty convenient features. For example, you can writing prompt right inside your code editor. Here you can call the windows and type what do you need, and the system write you all the needed code. You can generate commit message based on modification of your file. That's really awesome feature. If you don't use it, please use it. Also, you will have a lot of new context menu, like refactor this code, like make security analysis, and so on. Yeah, this is how can looks like little bit different IDE chat. By the way, my most loved one plugin, MachineNet AI. And here is some examples of useful plugins. Most powerful, from my perspective, plugin for AI chat inside your IDE is MachineNet AI plugin. I'll share the link to my presentation after, and you can find all of the links to the plugin inside. It costs approximately $10 per month, and this plugin produced by guys from Belarus, yeah, but they live in London, and they made a lot of work for context understanding. So this plugin really good understand all of the context of your project. They use tree-sitters, they use response from your build pipelines, and so on. So you can try it, really good plugin. Also GitHub Copilot chat, this is part of GitHub Copilot, so part of GitHub Copilot subscription. They also have pretty good chat. What's the interesting, the most capable GitHub Copilot chat works inside Visual Studio Code. Because inside Visual Studio Code you can use agents, Visual Studio Code agents. This is special commands that you can call through, what's the right word for English, Sabaka? Add, yeah, add. You can use add, and through this add symbol you can ask GitHub Copilot chat inside Visual Studio Code, analyze the context of your project. In JetBrains, you cannot do it. So for JetBrains, GitHub Copilot chat, not like pretty good decision. And Amazon Q Developer, free to use, pretty good chat, pretty good models under the hood. Victor, still don't say me what the models they're using. I believe that you told us about it today. Tell us. Yeah. This is my question. You can prepare. Yeah, and Codium also. Yeah, and a lot of right now on the market we have a lot of these plugins, maybe 20 or 30. I don't know. This is my top. Just use it. But the most useful thing is AI first IDs, and you are really happy engineer if you are using Visual Studio Code, because almost all of project with AI, almost all AI first IDs based on Visual Studio Code. I don't know why, but still we haven't IDE based on community edition of IDEA, yeah, JetBrains. Let's see to the examples. Most useful for now IDE is named Cursor. If somebody using Cursor? Oh, Vanya, hello. Are you kidding? Okay, it's okay. It's totally normal. If you want to get a really good and fresh experience from the AI, I just recommend you right after this meetup, download Cursor, pay $20 because this ID needs subscription. This is general suggestion. Don't use like a free plans. If you can pay, because on the payment plan you will able to use most powerful models and most powerful integrations. $20, it's not a big money for 1 month. Moreover, they have two week free trial period. Why a separate IDE for AI? Really cool. Yeah, it is SOTA, yeah, state of the art, blah, blah, blah. All in one place. So you don't need to pay for GitHub Copilot as a chat, for Amazon Q as a terminal assistant, for example, and for some kind of code completion. You don't need to pay to 3 different providers. You pay only once to Cursor, and you have all of the possibility of AI inside your IDE. And Cursor has really wide spectrum of this possibility. All that you can do with AI, you can do right inside Cursor. They don't pay me. They really just made a good project. Maybe some of you knows who is Andrei Karpaty. Do you know? Oh, Andrei Karpaty, one of the most experienced engineer in building LLMs. He one of the founder of OpenAI, and also he is engineer. And if I right remember, he's not from Poland, but somewhere not near from here. Siberia. Siberia? Slovakia. Yeah. Yeah, and he made a lot of learning content. So if you don't know him, you can subscribe to his channel. For example, he has lecture how to build GPT Nano just in 2 hours. And what's interesting, several days ago, he tweeted a post that he using Cursor last month, and he won't get back. Powerful engineer with really huge knowledges won't get back from Cursor. So it is a point for start using this IDE for you. Agents, inside Cursor you can use special tools for not just writing code inside the chat, but really build file from the scratch for you and really write code right inside IDE. So you just make a prompt, and agents inside Cursor make all of the stuff for programming. I'll show you how it's work. Visual Code based, so it means you can use all of your loved extensions for Cursor, and yeah, $20 for months. You can use free version, but free version haven't a lot of possibilities. They don't provide agents for free version. Inside free version, by the way, you can use external APIs. You can use your own key for OpenAI, for Anthropic, or even for local models through Ollama, through different inference. But still, payment subscription get all of experience. We'll get all of experience. Next, Z. Maybe some of you hear about Z IDE. I don't know. Do you know about it? Yeah. Oh, nice. Z IDE is open source IDE. Several years ago, it was founded. And 1 week ago, they announced that now they are AI first. They integrate inside the IDE code completion, AI chat, and some context menu. So if you want to support open source project, you can download that and support them and try to use it. Also, they have all-in-one, yeah, chat, code completion, and some contextual integration. Not AI first from my perspective, because yeah, they announced that now they are AI first, but still, from my experience, Cursor has a much more consistent way to work through different tools, through chats, through context, through code suggestions. Yeah, and they have own engine. This means that it is not like a Visual Studio Code. This is own development, so you cannot use your loved extensions. You need to use extensions from their market. But it is open source. You can rewrite it. All of we really good engineer and have a lot of time. Yeah. Next one, IDA. I believe IDA. This also Visual Studio based IDE. They announced about open a lot of time ago. I believe that before Cursor, but the commons that developed IDE, they're really slow, unfortunately. But this IDE also, IDE also have all-in-ones, chat, code completion, and even agents, some kind of agents. But you need to stay in the wait list approximately several weeks after registration. And we still don't know what will be final price, because right now the system in the beta testing. But still good example of AI-based IDE. And yeah, and almost last one. This is Project IDX. Project IDX, web-based IDE from Google. Powerful project, also based on Visual Studio Code, and it is totally web-based. So you can open this IDE right on your iPad, planchette, or right from your, I don't know, smartphone and start working, if here enough space for programming. They also have web-based, also have all-in-ones. So there are chats, there are code completions, there are even some integration with terminal. But it is Google, so here you can use, here you can work only with Gemini. And Gemini, not the better or best one model. I don't know, as you know, but yeah, the most powerful model for programming today is Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Just believe me. Not GPT-4o, not GPT-4 Mini especially, and not Gemini 1.5. Sonnet 3.5. it's the most powerful. But still, Gemini, pretty okay. If you have a Google account, you can try Project IDX. Also, this IDE works only with GitHub repositories, with private and with public. Maybe it's some limitation, can be some limitation for you. And they are still in beta. Yeah. And this is one of the most dangerous case, because after beta, it closed, yeah. And the last one example, and most funny, I believe. This is AI chat right inside fucking NeoVim. Yeah. If you're using NeoVim, I don't know, I didn't see so old people, but it is just a joke. NeoVim also good idea, and several weeks ago we found pretty good extension event and Vim. They integrate AI chat right inside your Vim and integrate a lot of tools for working with code right in code editor, even code completion. My friends who are using NeoVim, they're still alive, and they say that it is pretty weird way for working with NeoVim, but you can try it. Okay. Next one, huge bunch of tools for AI. This is terminal assistance. I don't know. Does somebody using AI in terminal? No? Oh, nice. The same people. Do you want to get to the stage now? Yeah. Yep, you're right. Warp. What about terminal assistant? I don't really like to Google for all of these weird commands, for grep, for working with Git sometimes. This is really boring. And the most powerful feature for me in this assistance, you just write by your fingers what do you need, and this assistance completes the command. How it can looks like. This is Warp, one of the most biggest project for code completion inside the terminal. You can type your general command, for example, less, or you can type something like how I can reboot. Yeah, reboot не треба. I don't know. How I can what? How I can find. Yeah, I really a good programmer. Find files in special. What do you say next? Okay. Oh, get rid of it. It is hard to stay on the stage and listen to you. Come on, guys. How to commit? How to commit? No, commit. Git pull. Git commit -m. Yeah. Let's. How to commit to Git? Remref. Little bit thinking, and yeah, a lot of examples. So here you can read some information, or you can please update brew. Or just type command, and if I click run, warp start update my brew. And brew update, brew upgrade is pretty common. Pretty, you understand. I don't want start update brew. It can be 1 hour long. So where is my mouse? So this is main use case for using this terminal assistant, just to write command instead of you. Also in Warp, especially in Warp, you can have some team communication. They provide Warp Drive functionality if you pay them money. This is free to use tool with some limitation. But if you provide some money, $20 per person, if I right remember, you can use this Warp, share it with your team members, and see all of the commands that's sent by your team members. This is appropriate software, not open sourced, so you cannot see what inside. And this is one of the most painful case, yeah, how we can use warp on the prod. We cannot use it. But in AI sphere, we have a lot of certifications. For example, SOC2 certification. It's pretty enough to say that our data do not get over the world. And warp has this first part of this certification, and now they are working on the second part. But if you don't like not open source project, we have different project for terminal assistant. For example, yeah, Amazon Q for Celia, also not open sourced, yeah. But if you have subscription on Amazon Q, you can use Celia in Amazon in terminal. And Cursor terminal, I'll show you how it works. This terminal is a part of Cursor subscription, and for example, open source project AI chat. And inside the AI chat, you can use all of the popular models: OpenAI, Anthropic, Mistral, or local models. Yeah. Next one, agent-based assistant. This is like cutting edge of AI tools for programming for now. Agent systems, it means that this is full fidget programmers, not just another yet AI chat. These tools usually can write the code, can make the architecture, create the files, and execute the code. Of course, after your approval. For now, at least. One of the most powerful tool for now, I know it from the engineer community who interested in AI, this is IDER. Totally open source product, worked inside your terminal. What's interesting about this product? It can, you give to IDER the location of your folder, especially folder, not the project, but a folder. And IDER can get all of the files inside the folder to the context and work with these files. You can type, for example, create refactoring of this file, etc., etc., and IDER will provide you code. And what's interesting, IDER using 3city response, build response, and even it can use unit test response for iterative improve your code. You just, in configuration file, you just set the command for test the final code. For example, I don't know, run project. You can type in the command, please run project after writing a code. And when IDER writing the code, he tries to run the project, and if IDER sees some errors, he tries to resolve these errors. So regenerate code and run again and again and again until code will not be working. The same story with unit tests. You can use a unit test response for this tool. Really cool tool. Also, you can use all of the models under the hood, OpenAI, local models, and they provide good functionality for tracking how many tokens you use for track your money. Yeah. But if you don't like CLI tools, it can be a little bit hard to start using it. Yeah, open source, CLI-based, different models, and extremely flexible. There are a ton of configurations inside the configuration files that you can change. And a lot of stars on GitHub. Who of you using Ruby programming language? No? No? You? There are less amount of stars. It is interesting because a lot of languages has much more less stars than this small tool. Next one, MachineNet. Mate. I'm sorry, Mate. Mate, this is a project from the guys who make MachineNet AI plugin that I told you before. And this is totally different way to programming because this is a separate program. You open this program, you set the location of your project, wait a little bit, and Mate also get a lot of information inside the context about your project, give you some summary about your project, and after that you can work. So it is like IDER, but with UI and with vision. And it is really important because Mate can work as your vision assistant. You can open Mate right near your IDE and ask Mate analyze what happened inside your IDE. Mate make a screenshot and start working with this code. It is terrible, yeah? The system makes screenshot of your computer. But this is our future, unfortunately. And they also working on getting SOC certificate. Interesting. Do not recommend you use it in prod, but for But for getting some new experience, you can try it on your pet projects. It's really interesting. Different approach, vision model and context understanding. Yeah, made really good understand context of your project because this is the main feature of Mate and of MachineNet AI plugin. And the last one, tool, Cursor Composer. It is also part of subscription inside the Cursor. This is UI for either, let's say. They don't use either under the hood, but it is really looks like as either with UI. You just set here your prompt, and Cursor Composer start in create code, create files, and then you just click accept, and all of your program ready. UI based, ID integrated, and pretty simple to setting up. And also inside the Cursor you can use different models, not only the appropriate models, but also you can use different APIs. Oh, let's try. Some practice. I want to show how you can quickly build project with Cursor, and it will be really slow. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, no, we have 40 minutes, so you can just prepare your coffee or something like that. First of all, let's go to the GitHub. Yeah, oh, it's not so convenient. GitHub, not Pornhub. Oh, you hear it? Yeah, sorry. New repository. Oh. It's so weird working with project projector. Where is the copy? Where is the copy? Copy. Yep, here. Booms. Now go inside the cursor, and not, no. Go to the warp and install the brew. This is not the way. Cancel. Programming projects and how to pull. I know how to pull the project. Yeah, git pull. but still, how to pull this? I'm sorry. Yeah, we need to get inside the agent regime. Yeah. Or Command I for that. How to not how, just pull it. Don't work. Okay, so please git clone. Nice. Run. Run from this AI. What is it? Okay. So ls and hey, no. Wow, really nice. Ololo. No, go to Ololo. I'm junior specialist, yeah. LS, please. I need just get out from agent mode, yeah. Cancel. Yeah, LS, please. LS. Okay, so we're right here in our project. Now let's open it in Cursor. Open a folder, documents. I'm sorry for the mess. Yeah, oh. And what I want to make, I don't know what I want. Do you use in Telegram? Do you know what is Telegram? Pavel Durov, prison, yeah? Narco traffic. I hear that in Poland. I hear that in Poland and in European Union, people thought that Telegram used almost for illegal things. Is it legal? Illegal. Illegal. 11. This is not the way how we use Telegram. No, I'm using Telegram for speaking with my mom, and from Belarus government perspective, it can be legal, but not from Poland. Thank you. So let's make a bot for Telegram Messenger, for example, and I really don't want to write the code, and let's call the composer, command I. This is composer window. I can open it to whole window, and here I just need to put description of my project. Before I start put prompt here, I want to say a little bit about setting of cursor. Cursor based on Visual Studio, and here we can setting up special cursor settings. Yeah, not Visual Studio, but cursor. What can we here? What can we see here? Account management. Right now, I'm logging in my paid account. Here you can describe some initial prompts, some rules for AI. You can make a lot of different configuration, but what's the most interesting for me and for you? Cursor Composer right now inside the beta program, so you need to you don't need to enable it. It's already in the prod. Nice. If you have some old version, you need to enable Composer here. Here you can insert your OpenAI or Anthropic key, or even your local model key. For that, you need just override OpenAI based URL here. But if you have subscription, you don't need to use this API keys, because Cursor provide you a lot of tokens by default from all of the most huge APIs. I'm using Cloud 3 API Sonnet. All right. Also, you can use Azure. By the way, you can make suggestion for Cursor to insert AWS. I believe nobody will use it, but you can try. It is just a joke. AWS make really great work for popularize tools for AI. And in feature, there are really good features. First of all, you can index your code base. Right now we haven't any code, so it doesn't need for us. And here you can insert the documentation. It's really powerful function. You need just copy link to documentation, then click add new doc, provide here the link, wait several minutes while Cursor index all of the documentation by this link. And after that, Cursor can use this documentation inside the context. It's really powerful feature. Right here, I index documentation for prepare bot for Telegram. These two sites is documentation for Telegram bot. I want to make it on Golang. I am don't using Golang. I don't really know this language, but let's try. Here, documentation for OpenAI. Previously, it doesn't need it for us today. And here you can see that Cursor index not only one page, this program index all of the pages. So this is like a crawler. This page is indexes, put into the like a rack system, and then you can use it as embeddings inside your prompt. Okay, now move to our composer. Sorry for my English and for my speed. We don't need type here something like be a programmer and blah blah blah. Cursor made the system prompt already. Yeah, it used under the hood. So create a Telegram bot using Golang. And what this bot should to do, for example, I don't know, moderate new people. So I can do it, but right now we're inside the YouTube and it will be free Durov. Make Durov free again. No, better Belarus. Let's say moderate bot need. I really love LLMs because they understand my pretty dumb English. I can type there whatever. I can type even Russian English, even Belarusian English, and it understands. So sorry for my mistake. But need to moderate new users. If user get the group less than 5 minutes ago and start selling drugs, you need ban it. What's interesting after? Yeah, ban. Yeah. I'm like, what's a хомяк for English? Hamster, yeah? I'm like hamster for engineers, yeah? You see how I am shitty creepy on the stage and you inspired because you are better. You're always better. Yeah, good way, but not for today. And let's see. So pretty simple prompt. I don't know what will be next. Here we use Cloud 3.5 Sonnet, nice, and submit. That's almost it. So here we can see the plan that Claude use, or that cursor use. And here we can see the code. Just let's quickly see on this code. So bot token, yeah, Telegram API. I don't really believe that this is a needed API, but duration, new user, main, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to read it. If you make production code, you need to read it. If you make the presentation, get rid of it. What's the next step? I don't know if Claude, if Cursor use the code styles for this file. Let's ask him. Please refactor it in accordance with. And here we can use an add symbol for attach documentation with Go styles. Wait a little bit. Yeah, cursor start analyze code styles, and I don't know if something changed. Maybe. Yeah, by the way, we need to make a commit before the changes. I'm sorry. Something changed. Okay, let's accept it. Let's accept it. It's let's see. Let's see. Here, mine go. Close composer. New tag time. Main. Authorized on account. Okay, okay. Handle new members. Okay. Handle message. If contains drug-related content. Ban user. And drug content and relate. So keywords. Drug, cocaine here. Nice. looks pretty good. Let's commit it. Let's commit this code. Let's commit this code terminal. Cursor also has a separate terminal integrations. Not with Warp, they have their own system for write the commands. You see command plus K, and you can start set instructions. But let's don't use it right now. Just git add -a, git status. First of all, Yeah, just a mind go. Okay, git add minus -r and git commit and yeah. Yep, it will be the next step. Git commit, and here some magic. I have hook for prepare the commit. So I don't want really make this stupid commit message. Especially because I'm working alone on this project. So I can put here something like I believe, yeah, you can ask. Let's do it on the next step, yeah? Right now I just show you some tricky thing. Commit like this. Yeah, 3 dash symbol, commit. Git commit minus -m, okay. Minus -m. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. And git push. And let's see what we see here. Here our commit, one commit. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't install the hook inside this project. Don't care. Do it next time. So the next thing that I want to do, I want to separate this file to the different to different files, yeah, because all of us knows what is solid, or who is the Bob Martin, and that he will not be happy for this code. So let's make a refactoring. Make refactoring in accordance with solid. Do you know? Oh, let's try. Make Uncle Bob. Uncle Bob. Yeah, happy. Uncle. I think it's Uncle. Yeah. Martin, yeah, Bob Martin, and what's the difference? I don't know. Looks like no any difference, yeah. No, a little bit more functions. No? Here, yeah. Dependency injection, yeah. The system understands that we need to make refactoring along with solid. Interface segregation, separation of concerns. Okay, improve naming. I don't want to understand what happened here. You can then just you can check after our conference GitHub repository and see all the changes. I just click accept. Usual programming, yeah. Not on the prod. And last one, separate program to different files to make happy to make Bob more happiest. I don't know. It understand me. Oh, nice. Mine go. Let's wait a bit. User tracker go. Oh, looks like it makes some related stuff. Let's check it. Mine go now has only bot initialization. Nice. Bot has high level handling of handlers. Yeah. User tracker and content moderation. Pretty okay. Accept all. And to be honest, that's almost it. I don't know if you want to wait several minutes while I register this bot inside the Telegram and we try to run it. I don't know. Do you want? Yes, you want. I know. You want. You can right now discuss something between each other because I need to get to my personal account and okay, I'll show you. Just don't read, please, my personal messages. Yeah. They are really personal. Yeah, we can. We can call OpenAI model, but it will be hard for me to setting up all of the stuff for run this project right now. So right now, I just want to try run it, and we will see is it code workable or not. Yeah. So bot father. No, I don't want to show you my. In Telegram, it is a simple way to make a bot. To get bot API key, you need to find bot father bot. This is one of the main bot inside the Telegram. Yeah, this is bot father. And here we need to use the command create new bot, boom. Please choose a name. Choose blah blah. Okay, ololo bot. This is the handler for call this bot inside the messenger. Ah. Okay, ololo2. Nice. And now we have the key. Cool. We have the key, and we can communicate with this bot. We press just start, and after start, this bot should answer to our responses. Right now, it's not answering because this is only the wrapper under our backend that's not run yet. Yeah. Let's try to run it. Booms. Here, mine go API key. Hey, where is my API key? Please don't see to my personal messages. Copy and paste. My lovely way for programming, yeah? Close composer? Ah, yeah, this is thank you, Victor. You're my best friend. I like
Sudo paste.
I'm sorry. I don't know why here is a lot of red signals. Maybe because I haven't needed extensions for run go. No, I inserted it. Maybe. Let's see. Who cares? Yeah, who cares? Here we also have AI chat, and here we can ask, how can I run escape from the reality? You can run really fast, yeah? Go run, no, let's try it. You can apply this command right from the context window, and it's not so. Yeah, one sec. Yeah, I understand what you say, but I don't want to listen to you. I'm working with AI. Problems output. It's not the way I want. Yeah. Make sure you're all necessary. Okay, fix it. Compile the program. I don't know. Okay, well, let's try the compile. Undefined. Yeah, we need to import. Yeah. It costs $20. Go run dot. But Okay. So go run dot. And yeah, go run dot. Yeah. Oh, go fuck yourself. I'm not too lazy. I'm asking in the chat. I need to do it right inside the composer. I don't want to. I pay. Import la la la. Okay, okay. This is the presentation. It can be some kind of shitty. I want to ask, try to run it and fix errors. Yeah. Okay, you understand that this is literally small, except literally small problem because we can fix it by our hand. Yeah. Main go user tracker. Close, please. So what we need here, import. How can I import? I don't know. What? GitHub. Oh, autocomplete. Nice. Just type the name. We need new simple at bot go, yeah, or can. I don't know how it works. Oh, see, I fixed in this chat. I know. This is last try. No new simple user tracker. Do we have this user tracker here? New simple user tracker, we have it. And this is on the same level, so interesting. User tracker. Main go. What's the difference? You need to import. I don't see. Pass to what? Tracker. You want to apply? No? Okay, let's apply. Pass to tracker. Oh, nice. I believe this. It cannot understand, yeah, the context. Again.
Yeah, because currently you do not have the package defined.
Where?
I mean, in the Go, so it's currently like just basically loose files. So you have to define like the package.
How can we do it? Package defined. How we can? How would say? How can I init the package? Yeah, yeah. Here? Are you sure? Somewhere here? Yeah.
No, it was previously.
Previous chat. Yeah. Let's see it here. How to run? Just escape. Go run and go run. Go build. You mean go build? No, no. Go install. Ah, yeah, I see. Yeah, yep, you're right. Nice. And now I can try to run it, yeah? Finally, run, run. Go mod what? Go, I don't know what you say. Ah, you mean. You see, I need to do just what AI to say to me, yeah? I'm losing my patience, I'm sorry. It's your problem. Okay, and now what? Go run?
You should firstly define the boss token, I think, because it will read it from environment, and we have not defined it.
No. It will read from the main file. Yep, you see. This is the main problem of presentation something with LLM, because you cannot be sure in anything. But still, let's say that this is my token. Yeah, some kind of this. Your models, I don't know. Fuck, it's so hard to see. Let's make it, okay, ban redeclarated, some kind of error. This is the last try from my side, yeah, and then we go to the question because I'm tired. When you're working with AI just face to face, it's much more easier, because now here a lot of people who want to suggest something that I don't need. Yeah, fix it, last one. Tracker go and ban go, yeah, ban go. It's just duplicate, I believe. Yeah, ban user here, and yeah. Ban here, and where is the ban? Content moderation. No.
Somewhere in the first line,
7 and 11, yeah? Oh, you understand the way. You understand. I really believe that this bot will be ready in half an hour. I don't want just just test your patient. So this is how cursor works. Yeah, you can. It is really hard to stay here and write all of this code on the separate monitor because I didn't see. It must much more faster when you do it on your beautiful monitor in your beautiful room without the people outside. Yeah. But I make I make several projects with cursor on Go. This is why I don't know how to run the Go. And it is really a good way to learn new languages, new technologies. It's really yep. But if you need to make something fast, some boilerplate, cursor can provide a lot of opportunities for you. That's pretty much it. Let me check my last part of presentation. Yeah, so want more? I understand, so here marketing part, yeah, marketing part. If you want to see all of this marketing part, you can just scan this QR code, get to the presentation, this QR code for this presentation, and check all of the information that I don't provide you because I really want to make your time a little bit more funny and not so dummy. Something like that. Thank you for your attention. If you have some questions, you can ask it.
Guys, yeah, Lex will choose the question. I will bring your microphone, okay?
We have 5 minutes, so only one question.
No, at least 5, 10, no. No, you are the boss here, so choose the question.
I'm the boss. Okay. I see. You? No, I don't choose. I just want to know who want to. 3 people, 4 people. 5 people, how can I choose? I don't know.
And remember, we have the...
okay, you will be first. Let's go. And 4 people, 1 question from 5 people. And that's it. Free fries, potato fries. Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to ask about the code structure and quality, because obviously it's like AI code generation for smaller projects, for like small prototype projects, will be very, it will improve, it will allow you to code faster and to create the prototypes faster.
For pet project, yeah, you boost really much, 10 times, you can boost 10 times your productivity. With legacy, it's hard question.
Not even the legacy, but with
huge database, huge base of code?
With basically like the project which you want to, to grow in future, so what you want to expand later, and you want to maintain some structure, some architecture. Is this, let's say, are we at the point that AI agents, AI code completion generation is able to do that?
No. For now, making clean architecture, huge architecture, it's not a possibility of these systems. But the next step that we are waiting, this is like agents for architecture reasons. Oh. So the only separating files in accordance with solids, this is the most useful case that I found with my friends regarding to architecture. But still, you can use it for test generation from the scratch. You can use it for some small model preparation for microservices, and for start writing a code when you have wide list of IDE. Yeah? When you don't know what you need to code, you can ask the AI and start working together.
Oh. Thank you.
Thank you. The
Who
next one
next?
was somebody from here. This guy, then this woman.
Yeah, my question will be about the, like you mentioned that the Claude Sonnet 3.5 was like the most powerful for like
for programming.
For programming, for example, yeah. And nowadays we have every day like more and more of these models. Yeah, we have dozens of them, yeah, developed. And but how we can, like, are there any benchmarks or from like a community dashboards for scoring for this model, so we can just compare and evaluate that this is the top one?
We have for now one of the most, Svea bench, one of the most beautiful benchmark for especially programming system. Svea bench, something like that. So this link, and here you can find the most powerful systems. It's mean tools plus plus model under the hood. Not all of the system you can find here. For example, either, I don't see either here, but you can use it. Amazon Q, you paid, I know. Yeah. After the presentation, I can provide more links. I have separate separate file with links to different benches for coding projects, even for test to SQL projects. There are a lot of benchmarks I can provide it.
Thank you.
This woman, please.
Hi. So
Hi.
I understand you used.
It's nice. If you understand me, I'm really happy.
AI tools.
Thank you.
AI tools a lot. So I have a question. In real projects, like when you are at work, what are the most complex and useful things AI solves for you?
The most useful TDD, test driven development, but it's not like test driving when you first write a test, then write a code. It's mostly about write code and then cover this code 80 or 70%, as it depends on your comment. So all of the unit tests right now we make from AI systems. Also, it's pretty good in working with UI. CSS, HTML, it is part of our work that we don't really want to make, especially when you're backend developer. So you can delegate it to those systems. And sometimes it is about some kind of refactoring, small refactoring. That's it. But that's it, yeah.
And will AI replace us anytime soon?
Of course. No, unfortunately, yes. This is the way where we are moving. But when it will be, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years, and we will be different developers. If you ask if AI replace us as a developers right now, I think, yeah, we will see it in the nearest future. But we also will change. We will be like a magician of the word. LLM word.
One more?
One more, yeah, here and then there,
okay.
And that's it.
I am curious whether those tools work well on bigger projects. When we have several models, those models can use different like languages, implement HTML, SQL, some backend code, JavaScript, and we need to maintain like contract between those models.
Yeah.
And so where does it stand now? So can it do that?
Yes, we can do it. Really good question. Let me show you again. Either blah blah marketing. You need it, but you don't need it. Cursor, either. I need either. Either can works inside the folder. It means that inside the folder you have several projects, for example, backend on .NET and UI on JavaScript. You can use either between these two projects. You can ask either, please create me API for this backend using TypeScript and using architecture of my frontend. And either will understand context or both projects because it works inside the folder, not inside the project, like Cursor do it. Is it answer on your question? So yeah, you can try to use either. And last one there.
Which AI model have you used?
Sorry, this one? Or this one? Which one?
You told, now I don't list that.
Okay. Which AI model have you used to prepare this presentation?
I'm using my brain, yeah. It's still, I don't use AIs for presentations. You see, this is not like a difficult presentation. Only one AI that I use here, it was stable diffusion and control net for making the last one QR code. Yeah, if you can see, yeah, here. This is control net plus stable diffusion for generating this pretty beautiful QR code. To be honest, there are a lot of tools for creation content, and I use a lot of tools for creation content. Even, especially when I need to make some small talk, not a small talk, but small presentation in 5 minutes. It's happened sometimes. especially when you on the big conference and you host this conference and somebody absent and you need to replace this person. Sometimes I go to ChatGPT and say, hey, this is the topic, I need the plan for 30 minutes conversation. And ChatGPT provide me really good structure. I have GPTs configured for creating this structure for speech. And then I can use it for speech, yeah. But you don't need understand. You need to understand that all of the topics that covered by ChatGPT are familiar for me always, yeah. I know all of the topics from this speech usually, and usually I'm using Russian and Belarusian language that I very well, not so bad as English. So yeah, you can use it for preparation, but only if you're expert in some topic. For video content, you can use a lot of tools. For dubbing, I can make video in Russian language and dub it to English language, and people even don't will be known that I'm not an English native person. I have such an experience. You can use it for graphic generation, you can use it for music generation, audio, for example. Right now I'm listening to music almost from AI, because they generate music that I want. Audio, if you don't know the server, you can try it. So there are a lot of systems, not for only for programming, and when you see all of the systems, you, especially me, I'm understanding that there are not a lot of time we have while these systems will do a lot of remote work that currently doing by ourselves. Yep. Thank you.
Last question or
last question.
Last
after last.
Last after last.
Last of Us.
Okay. We just tried to build a Telegram bot application like 5 minutes ago, and I had the same situation about 2 months ago. I tried to build React UI for my backend, and I faced the same issue. So you just asked model to build entire application, and after that you had a lot of information, and in the end you just failed again, because it's really impossible to be into the whole code generated in 5 minutes. And is it right approach to use AI tools more often to resolve simple tasks instead of asking to generate entire application? And
it depends of size of your application. If it's just a simple bot, it's more than enough to use AI, because you can make this bot by yourself and you spend several hours, but you can do it in 10 minutes without audience, 10 minutes, and it will increase your speed. But when you do really huge project, I know a lot of experience, a lot of stories from my experienced friends, and they say that it's a little bit shitty creepy, because they spent a lot of time for understand what this neural network generate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is not pretty rare problem. But what's interesting, these systems, agent systems based on agents, they stay better and better day after day. So for example, if yesterday the system wasn't able to generate only one line of code, 1 year ago, for example, the systems was really dumped in code generation, complete code completion. Today they can generate small pet projects. So you can wait several weeks, for example, and there can be some new project that will work good with your huge project, huge solution. And we are really waiting for GPT-4 and for the next model, 5.5, sorry, for GPT-5 and next Anthropic model, because looks like they will be, what's the right word? They can. Yep. And reason system in those models should be really good, reasoning system. So we'll see. It will be in November 2025, after the elections.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and really quick.
Right in the middle. Yeah, thank you. That's it from my side.
Thank you, Alex. And now most beautiful part when we share in the prizes. We have 1 JetBrains certificate for any ID and 2 vouchers for AWS credits, each of $50 amount. So feel free to choose the winners.
You said only one winners. I don't ready for 3.
We have promotion today. 1 winner extended.
So 1 JetBrains license.
Yes, exactly.
1 year.
1 year.
All product pack.
Yes. And yeah, for any for any ID, for any ID.
Any idea.
Yes.
Okay.
And 2 AWS credits amounts.
How much credits?
$50.
$50. So 1 month all product pack.
No, you can use it for until end of the year probably. And you
so
can use
this is most important price, yeah?
You decide. You're the here.
I really like the question about integration of one project into another, about contract between projects.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, this young and beautiful guy.
And 2 more, and you can use them, for example, for AWS Recognition and some, but not every AI service.
$50 for AWS.
Yeah.
I need it.
You will have a chance to ask the question from Victor.
I really love 2 last questions.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit about the future and about the general AI questions with general programming stuff. Yeah, legacy and big solutions. So please.
So people from this side.
Yep. Those women and this man.
Okay, thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
It was a really nice presentation, and I will do some marketing. I'm personally
And
also
you
part.
nothing say about my speech, and I understand. Thank you.
No. I'm talking now. I'm doing marketing now. I'm personally also part of the community Evolution Code. So if you understand the Russian, so feel free to join.
Okay, let's say a little bit. Okay, marketing stuff.
No. Just
marketing stuff. If who of you understand Belarusian, Ukrainian, or Russian language?
A lot.
Nice. So yeah, if you want to get some more information about how to use AI, not from my side, from the much more powerful specialist. If you want to do it on the Russian language with links, you can get to Evoluция Кода private community, $8 per month, a lot of content, more than 100 hours, weekly news about AI for programmers community, and Anton, part of this community. Thank you, Anton.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah. So one place for all learning and news information about AI and programming on Russian language. You can just connect to us. Yeah, this is the example of the content. And this is QR code, how to get more information, get to this community. We'll be happy to see you there.
Okay, thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
And yeah, we probably haven't time for another short break because we have another star speaker here, and one of the inspiration of this community, our great friend from AWS community. Developer advocate, DevOps engineer, speaker, mentor, Victor Vedmich. for this interruption maybe. I hope you drink some water and have a good mood. So, Victor, welcome. As usual, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, like when Alex asked that, like, how many people do know him, so I expected like the whole audience will raise a hand and say it. I know. So, my name is Victor. I'm from AWS, as you can see in my T-shirt. And I want to start from marketing part, because we saw in the previous example that Alex didn't have enough time for marketing. I would prefer to start it from that. So if you want, you can join to, I believe, one of the biggest events organized by AWS, just like in 3 weeks. It will be Cloud Day in Warsaw, Warszawa. So super welcome. I think it will be very interesting. A lot of content, not only related to generative AI, I promise. So I'm personally going to speak about CDKs for Kubernetes. So if you want, please join. I think it will be a super great event, just like September 18. My talk. So, prompt engineering. You know, when generative AI and all of this stuff appeared, and many people to said like prompt engineer, it will be the next generation of engineers who will be needed on the project. But at the same time, I heard some stories that prompt engineering is like an art, and we will see what's exactly the art or it's engineering. So today I want to speak with you about prompt engineering. What is it? What the useful techniques you can apply, for example, to your day-to-day job. We'll go to the, not like a practical, I will share the practical use cases, especially for Anthropic Claude. Most of them can be applied to other model, I would say like 80%, but we will have some specific related to the Claude, and all time I will say like it's specific for Claude, it's specific for Anthropic. We will go a little bit beyond of the prompting, and for sure we'll share with you some what you can do, how you can start your prompt engineering journey. So many people said like prompt engineering, it's an art form. So we create something. So it's not like engineer stuff. You know, like from one perspective, I'm absolutely agree, because if you look at what's exactly prompt. Prompt, that's what we make an input to our foundation model and get the result. Fix it. Fix it. So as usual, just like depended what you ask, what you ask, you will get it. But what example if I ask you this question? What is 10 plus 10? What will be your answer? Depends on the system. Good answer. Someone's like 10, 10, 10. Okay, what's winery? What's winery? Okay, I got it. But what's the answer? What will be the answer to this question? Population. What? 20. Okay. I waited for this one, because my first expectation is that it would say like 20. Because for many people, if you are from IT, if you're like engineer person, most probably 10 plus 10 and 20. But if you look carefully to this question, did I ask you to make this calculation? No, I didn't ask you. I just like said, what is, just like let me try from this side. Okay, here we go. I just asked, what is 10 plus 10? I didn't ask you to calculation. What if, like, maybe it's additional problem? Maybe we will need to do something else with this problem on the next step. Or maybe I just like ask to translate to Polish. Co to jest 10 plus 10. Sorry, my Polish is not so good, but I try my best, sorry. So depending exactly what the task is, we don't know, and we try to do the same sometimes with generative AI, with LLMs. That's what we saw previously when Alex tried to do it, like fix it, but what's exactly fix it? So it's not a good practice to create a prompt. So I will share with you what AWS and what Anthropic highly recommend techniques and practice to apply to your day-to-day job. So what the techniques exist? Not so many techniques, honestly. The first one is super simple. It's called one-shot prompting. But before I explain what's the approach, what the techniques means, I want to highlight it with you very important stuff. It can apply for many foundation models, but it's very specific. Sometimes it can be specific for Anthropic. What we see here, we see user and assistant. User, it's me, it's human, it's a person who asks a question. And assistant, it's my LLM, it's my Anthropic, Claude, I know Meta, Mistral, and so on. It's my foundation model, it's my LLM. And when I create one-shot prompting, I provide an example what I should achieve and what kind of results I am prefer to see. What we see here on this one. So I want to fly from Los Angeles to Miami, provides the airport code only. And I also provide the answer to this question. So airport code will be LAXMIA, so in a bracket. And the next step, I do this almost the same question, but different cities, Dallas and San Francisco. And I also help and support, like I started answer from LLM and say, you should do in this way, airport codes in bracket, and we see the result. DFW, SFO, and that's it. So you see it's like very useful technique when you provide one super simple example how assistant, how LLM should answer to your question. Another techniques when you provide multiple examples, it's called few-shot prompting. Again, like it's not so rocket science, but what we did here. So I want to categorize tweets, and it should be like negative, positive, or natural. So I provide one of them, it's not natural, one of them is positive, one of them is negative, and so on. And at the last one, I send my own tweet, and we can see what will be the result. It's a few-shot prompting. Like I provide a couple of the examples, and model will be able to understand what exactly I want to achieve. The next one, it's related to scientific white paper. It's not like, you need to do in this way. It's documented, and you can find this white paper on this link. It was published, like I believe in 2022 and 2023, the start on 2023. So what the idea is, when we ask LLM to do some stuff for us, if we add like super simple step, like sync step by step, it will help to LLM to do correct answer and thinking how we people think. So let me show, like for example, here's super simple task. I have 16 balls. Half of the balls is golf balls. Half of the golf balls is blue. And what's the answer? How many blue balls do I have? If we as a people will read this task very quickly, most probably we'll answer in the same way, like 8. Half of the balls, the first number what I saw, it's 16, maybe the right answer 8. No. If we start to think it step by step, okay, half of the whole balls, it's 8. And you see, like, it's absolutely the same happened when I asked just like to do it step by step. 16 balls in total, half of them, it's 8. And at the end, I got 4. Super simple technique, but documented in white paper and use it in your like day-to-day job. So not only fix it in step by step. What exactly should I do in this situation? You also can extend this technique if you provide additional example how model should think. I mean, how you can solve this problem. Again, from left side, it's without additional instruction. From right side for you, I provided the first question and provided how you should think in this step by step. LLM should think in step by step, and then again, ask another question and see what the results like. 23 apples, blah blah blah, -3. The result is 9. 9 is what I expected to get as an answer on this question. It was like some super simple technique what you apply to your day-to-day basis job. The next part it will be related to Anthropic Claude, but again, I would say 80% of this prompt approaches technique you can do for your LLM. Another one like Llama Mistral, for example, or GPT, so on. But some of them, it's specifically only for Anthropic. I will highlight which one. And also, I want to say, like, very important part that most everything what I will show the next one, it will be related when you want to create some application based on generative AI. I would say this technique is very good if you do some small tasks for your day-to-day job, but most of them, of these techniques, is applied for the customers. I saw many customers who try to do good conversation with LLM and got very bad result. For example, Ideala. Ideala, it's Germany customer of AWS, and they apply these techniques and got very good results in their comparison different product on their side. So the first one, be direct and clear. You need to say what exactly you want to achieve. Not only to make a calculation or give me the results or fix it or solve the problem. No, be direct, and you should to understand that LLM, as we as a people, cannot read your mind. You need to provide a little bit more context and be clear what you want to achieve. And here, one of the golden rule is you can create the prompt and share this prompt to your friend, to your colleagues, to your teammates, and ask what the person will do if got this request. And based on these results, most probably you will get, again, like better results from LLM. Or maybe worse result, depending on how you ask. The next one is a role. Assign a role for LLM. What it means, like, let me explain from this perspective. For example, I'm graduated from technical university. And for example, Roman here, it's straight from my side. He graduated from, I don't know, linguistic university. It's just amazing. And we have absolutely different baseline when we speak with each other on the same language. I believe you see the same situation in your project when, for example, developer and QA engineer cannot have agreement because they don't speak on the same languages. They speak on the same, like, for example, English or Polish and Russian language, but in reality they have absolutely different background of the knowledge, and it means like they have different role in the project and they cannot have agreements what need to do and how to fix this problem. So, and another part is related to the role that generative AI and LLMs cannot do good mathematical calculation. So they don't do mathematical calculation, they generate what will be the probability of the next one. For example, plus 2 or 10 plus 10, based on the generation, 20 will be the next one. But LLM don't do any mathematical calculation. So, but when we try to assign some role, we increase this probability that the answer will be correct. And the LLM will think from this perspective and try to do on the right direction with correct role what we assign. So we improve accuracy in this situation and also a tone how we have this conversation with the LLM. Maybe it should be friendly conversation, maybe it should be I don't know, not very friendly conversation, and so on. The next one, it's very, very important. I would say if you can take away one thing from my presentation, take this one, examples. Examples in your prompt. You need to provide examples to LLM what exactly you expected to get in results. If you don't have any examples, try to generate, try to imagine what will be in the results during this conversation, during this prompt to LLM. So, for example, again, I showed you previously how to make the conversation, how to make the calculation, or how to solve some the problem. You provide an example to LLM, and LLM will understand what will be expected from my side. So, for example, the previous example when I show you, give me airport code. The first step I gave to LLM how I want to see the result. LLM understood I need to provide only 3 letters, its index of airport, and gave it to me. So it's super simple, but try to put as much as possible examples in your prompt because it will significantly increase accuracy and the probability that you will get the right result from LLM. Many examples, more reliable responses, it's absolutely true, but be careful, we remember that we pay for every token. It means like if you make some input in your context, in your prompt, so you also pay for that. So, but again, more examples, it's better. Give time to sync for model. It's also like, sounds like incredible, but it's in reality, it works. And why it's so important, because when we give a time for the model to sync in, and for example, in as you can see in this example, I use the brackets XML, and I said like, hey model, can you please take your time and sync in, and what you sync, put it in a separate brackets in a separate place. And this approach should help not only to give a time for model to sync, but also give me as engineer to debug and troubleshoot my prompt. Because in this situation, I will see how LLM syncing to solve this problem. And I can adjust and make more correct, more polished prompt, and initially to create in the right way. So give time to sync for the model. You just like writing, give your time, sync what the solution will be on this situation. And especially if you're working with a Claude, you can put it as this XML text where Claude will put it this result of the syncing. The next one, it's super specific for the Claude. Why? Because we previously already saw this XML. Why? Because when guys from Anthropic use some source of the data, they use XML as a schema how to train the model. As I know, I'm not 100% sure to double check with documentation. Llama from Meta, for example, was trained use Markdown. GPT, JSON, so not 100% sure, but you can double check in the documentation. Claude is based on the XML, and the XML text helps you to create this, you know, like differentiate where your context, where your request, where your some additional data, where your quotes, and so on, so on. So what we can do in this XML text? So I can put, for example, some additional data, or in this example, I got email at 6 a.m. in the morning on Monday, and I want to reply to this email. So in the first example, I just say, hey, Claude, show up at 6 a.m. because I say so, make this email more polite. So, and Claude started to answer something like, you know, doesn't understand what exactly the context is. We tried to do it, but it was not enough. And the second example, I said like, I almost the same, but I also put the context of my email in this bracket. You see, emails show up at 6 a.m. because I say so. And that's it. And you see, good morning, team. I hope you had a restful weekend. It understand what exactly the context is, and you know, like we separate the what was in an input or our context for this prompt and what I want to achieve. So XML text, great, very great technique if you want to make a separation between your initial prompt, your task, your background, user input, and maybe some additional data. Another one, output of format. Most probably when you work in production and interact with LLM, you expect that LLM will respond to you in some specific format. Most probably, as we're working in the web, it will be JSON, for example. Yeah. So you can say, hey, Claude, can you please do it for me as an output in JSON format? But what will be most important, that you start to help Claude to do it. When I said help, you just on assistant boxes said start with bracket, and Claude will continue to generate JSON document. So you just like help Claude to understand what the format should be looks like, and all JSON started from these brackets. The next one, it will be related to the long context window. Long context window help you to create a good context for your request and use it as much as possible. The first one, again, like XML text, makes the separation between your initial input, your initial, for example, document, background, and so on, and your request, your task. Also, it helps you to get more relevant information, because in this situation you ask Claude or LLM be more confident and provide quotes from relevance quotes from the document what you provided in this context. And also, like, you can add more and more examples. It's very important. So more examples, more increasing the chances that the answer will be accurate. Chain prompts, not a chain of thoughts, but chain prompts. So what exactly it means? Like, we try to split our task in small tasks. The same what we do in during the development process. We don't create one main file with the whole logic of Telegram bot. We try to split it in small tasks, or we create a single function which do only one stuff. Like, for example, calculating two numbers, like 2 by 2, and that's it. So what's how we can do it? For example, in the I have this text, and my final task to make to get a alphabetical list of people, of the names which mentioned on this text. What I do in this situation? The first step, I just ask Claude to give me the names. I got it. So it's the list of the names which mentioned in this text, and send to the next prompt. And the next prompt, I ask Claude to make the sort of these names. And here we go, we got it. So it will be much easier for Claude to do one task per prompt. So don't try to create one prompt to do it all, like all of the stuff. Yeah, do it like in the small chunks, the small pieces of the work of your problems. It will be easier for Claude, and I believe it will be easier for you also. What will be on the next step? Use structure of prompt template. So if you have a lot of tasks, and you have, I would say, pipelines of the request, you can use this template of the prompt. Initially provide your document. Initially provide what you have as a context, like, for example, your history of communication with the clients, your documents, and so on. And only at the end, ask what you want to do with this document. It will be much better work in this situation, because Claude will read this from the start to the end, and at the end understands what I should do with this document. Okay, the next step, it's related to system prompt. Again, I want to repeat myself. I said, like, you can use these techniques in your day-to-day job, but I totally understand. I don't use it, honestly. I use some of them, because sometimes when I interact with LLM, to create this good prompt, it will take a lot of time. I mentioned these techniques mostly related to when you create some production application and you want to create some a good solution for your production application. And system prompt, it's a where you define something what will not be changed where people as a user input their data. So in system prompt, we can create some additional context for our LLM. So we have at least an order how the system prompt should be looks like. Different areas, like, for example, tone context, examples, thinking step by step, output formatting. Our recommendation, if you understand that you don't need all of these steps, all of these directions in system prompt, you can skip it, but try to keep the order. I mean, like, if you have only 3 of them, like crawl and tone context and output formatting, just leave it in this order. 1, 2, 3, that's it. So what will be in our system prompt? I am going to create applications. This application it's a chatbot. The chatbot should support our senior engineers. It means, like, I want to create some career coach, and this career coach will work inside in my organization and support other people to make the right decision and so on. So I provide a role for my task, like for my system prompt. That's how I started. Provided the role, what our application is going to do. The next one, it's a tone. So for sure, we are going to be friendly. It's a tone, the conversation, be restricted and so on, or be very, very friendly to our end user and for our customers. background data for the process. So here you can proceed some additional documents. If you already have some, I don't know, some process how to interact with the people and give them advice in career path. So you can upload it or just put it here in the document. So we have some guidance how to work with the people who have requests, what I should do the next if I'm already senior or principal engineer. Examples. Provide good examples what you should do. So it's detailed task descriptions and rules, what it should be looks like. So we provide it in this area. The next one is examples. Examples, it's super important. Again, if you will take away like only one part, it's examples in your prompt. Examples, super important, really super important, because it helps to LM understand what you want to achieve. Immediate data to process. So, for example, you have a history and conversation with our career coach, and we want to upload in the current new conversation, the previous conversation, like previous history. So you can do it here. So we have a history of our chat. We have some questions previously, and currently, based on this context, LLM will understand much better what need to do and how to answer on the next questions. Immediate task description or request. It's what should do, just like currently. For example, in our case, how to respond and user question. The next one, again, it's super simple. Syncing step by step. Give a time for a model to sync in on the answer. It works with human. It works with also with LLM. Output formatting, again, if you need to make a response in XML text, go ahead. Maybe you need to do it in JSON format. Also, you can do it and define it on the last last step. So if we combine everything in this big system prompt, it will be looks like on this way: role, tone, background, detailed task, and what's the rules here. So for example, in the rules we can say, you can say sorry, I don't know, or say like it's not relevant to the current task or not relevant to the current context. Examples: immediate data to process, history or additional documents, task to description request, syncing step by step, and output format. How it will be looks like the structure of system prompt, and also I would say it will be good structure for your prompt if you want to create in your application. So let's do like in more scientific way. Let's do like more professional way, because in my understanding, prompt engineering, first of all, it's engineering, because we create something new. I understand it's like an art, but also when we work in a developer process, we have CI/CD, we have I don't know. DevOps approach and so on, and all of time we need to do it like in some repetitive way. We done something, look at that, and make the decision it's good or not. The same approach we can apply for our prompt. Start from your test cases, start from your like examples, what you want to achieve as a result, so what you expecting to get from LLM. Create your initial prompt, just like and ask them to LLM, and go through this, you know, like circle, infinity. So you understand, okay, I get the output from this prompt on this way. Maybe I need to adjust the prompt. Maybe I need to provide more examples or change the context and so on. And finally, you will get good results, I'm 100% sure, because most of the customer who initialize the question, hey, we have a problem with LLM, we started from that. Examples, and let's do some in iteratively look at what exactly we can achieve with on the next phase. Evaluate your examples. So, for example, yeah, thank you. How do I make pierogi? So I don't know, and we expecting that LLM is going to start our conversation. In order to make a pierogi, you need to have something, yeah? For example, eggs and water and so on, some list of the ingredients. And we already have this list of the ingredients, and we can evaluate the answer. And for example, in our case, it's 10 of 10. It's a good answer from LLM. But if it generated to say you don't need eggs, maybe we will not make our pierogi. How to deal with hallucination? Initially, when everyone started to speak about generative AI, it was very funny jokes. So please make a calculation. 2 plus 2, it's 4. But my wife said it's 5. Yeah, it's 5 because your wife said it's 5. Yeah, for sure. So how we can try to avoid this situation? How we try to avoid hallucination? So first of all, give LM permission to say no. I don't know. I don't have this information. If you need something, like go to the internet and try to search, for example. Give this permission, because initially LM tried to be a best friend who answer any question, but give the permission to say no. Also, in your prompt, you can add this small tip and tricks, like some tricks. Answer only if you're very confident. What exactly means like very confident? I cannot merge and say very confident. It means like LM, sure this is correct answer 90% or 99% or 55%. I know, but it's really increasing the confidence. It's really increasing that we will avoid hallucination, and this will be some fake data and so on. Also, you can use, if you have a long context, you can say, hey, please find relevant quotes from the documents, and only answer based on these quotes. Only answer if you have some quotes from the documents and make the reference on them. So only in this situation answer. What else we can do? So we can create our own knowledge base, or in the industry it's known as RAG, retrieval augmented generation. So what exactly it means? Like we have our own data. We don't have the money to make some fine tune or create our own model, but we have some data. So we have our data, split them on small chunks, embedded to some vector store. And when we will ask something our LLM, what will happen in this situation? So our initial question will proceed through the semantic search and try to find very similar connection in our vector search, and we will enrich initial request, and this request, which already have some additional context and background, we will send to LLM and we will get the answer. So for example, you have some internal application, some internal process, architecture diagrams, I know some documentation and so on. You can use this as knowledge base, as retrieval augmented generation. The same what Aliaksei showed during making the code in Cursor. So Cursor sounds like, for me, create local RAG. So, but how you can do it in your production? So Amazon Bedrock can help you. So in Amazon Bedrock, it provided a lot of different functionality. One of them, it's knowledge base. It's called knowledge base, or it's like RAG. So what kind of source can be to do it? So currently we support multiple sources. Initially it was S3 only, because most of the company already have store as S3 and use it as data lake. But currently we also support web crawler, Confluence, SharePoint, and Salesforce. The next one, you need to embed it to like proceed this data. I mean, it's like make an embedding. So you have a choice to do it through the Amazon or Cohere, and store in vector database. Again, like multiple choices depending on what you already use. Maybe you use already Amazon Aurora, or Redis Enterprise, or MongoDB. Again, depends on what you prefer. My recommendation will be with, it will not be very cheap, especially if you want to do it like in a pet project. Especially if you go in through the Amazon Aurora, by default it will create a pretty good instance on Amazon Aurora, and it will cost for you more than $100 per month. So look at another variants. Maybe Pinecore will be the best solution for your pet project. Again, like when you work with Amazon, first of all, to make sure that you understand the price model and how much you will spend at the end of the month. So the first one, it's like RAG. Okay, we got it. RAG is great. What else we can do? We can implement agents or tools in our process, how we interact with the model. So agents or prompts add additional functionality to get real-time data, or a data which available only some specific sources and so on. But LLM will not do anything. You just, in a Claude, we provide the context what's need to do in this situation, and we need to have some client, and this client will do some stuff like, for example, get what's the weather currently in Munich, what's the weather, or what's that train available from Munich to Berlin, and so on. It's like in a super simple way to explanation. How it will be work. So, for example, I have a request to LM, what's kind of t-shirts or what I have to take to my trip to Munich, because tomorrow I'm going back to the Munich. So, and LM understand I have as a context related to the weather. What the weather tomorrow will be in the Munich. We send to the client. Client understand I need to make this additional request, like for example API request to weather service, get the response from weather, and send it as the whole context to Claude, and Claude will proceed with all of this data information. So initial prompt, the current status of the weather, like for example tomorrow it will be 31 degrees, so tomorrow it will be 31 degrees. It says what's the current status of the weather, and Claude give me this recommendation that tomorrow it will be very sunny. So most probably I will need air conditioner, but in Germany we don't have any air conditioners. Also, how you can do it your own agents. Again, Amazon Bedrock. Amazon Bedrock has a lot of functionality, especially if you want to create your own custom application. So Amazon Bedrock give you capability to create an agent. Agents, this client most probably will be your Lambda functions. It can be just Lambda functions or Lambda functions based on the containers. You can break down your task like in a smaller one. You remember how I said, like, make a smaller part of your initial prompt or split it in small chunks. So agents can help you to do it and get additional information from third-party resources or another resources what available in your organization. How to proceed with prompt injections or bad user behaviors. Out of the box, many LLMs already have a good guardrails that we don't speak about drugs, for example. We don't speak about porn or something like that. But what about if I want to apply some additional context? What if I want to make sure that output or initial input don't have some harassment and so on? I can proceed through the LLM and send it, hey, I have this response or I have this request from the user. Can you please check that we don't have some harassment in this request? Or you can create your own guardrails. I mean, like, you can create your own rules, which topics is not allowed in this chat box or in your application. And for example, you create some bank application, but you don't want to provide some information or recommendation regarding to investments. So you just stop words. If a client want to ask you about something invest plan, just like we stop the conversation and don't allow to continue. So guardrails, again, it's available in Bedrock. What's the most important part? Recently, during one of the summit, New York summit, we announced that currently guardrails is available outside of Bedrock. So it means like if you have your own local inferential of LLM, you can send your request to API of guardrails and get this, it's a good or not good based on some custom rules. I don't understand, like, it was a lot of information. How to start, how to do something with your application, how to write a good prompt. I highly recommend to proceed with these links. The first one, it's from Anthropic. Guys did an amazing job to prepare this documentation, and they recently also announced very good product related to creation of prompts. Try to play with them, super amazing. Another one, it's prompt library. This is what I use. Just like I understand that like day-to-day job, I need to do like fixing the code, or I know rephrase some data, rephrase what I've written in English and so on. Just copy and save it in my personal libraries. What if you want to try in more practical way, like for example, how to work with Bedrock, how to create your good prompts or agents. There is some good documentation, the first one, and Bedrock workshop. Workshop is good, absolutely. Like it helps you proceed from initial step, and at the end you will understand what you can do with generative AI, with LLMs in your potential new projects or day-to-day job. And as usual, in AWS, we prefer to hear your feedbacks, and I will ask you at least scan this QR code and leave your feedback about my presentation, about the content, about me as a speaker, and so on. Just like 2 or 3 questions, I don't remember. You'll spend like maybe 30 seconds, but it helped me to understand it's a good topic, not good topic. Maybe I need to make some great demo, like writing the code in lifetime, and so on. So let's see what you will answer on this survey. I'm done. If you have any questions, please go ahead. We have a good weather outside, so it means like we will waiting for when the rain will finish. Till that's we here. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I have a question. So you explained that the more details you put in your prompt, the better, the more examples, the better. But in production use, you need to save some money. Do you have any tips on how to reduce the number of these tokens without sacrificing the quality of answer and like basically understanding?
Choose another model. 100. I'm not joking. So I got a conversation with one of the customer from Greece. So initially they use very well-known generative AI model, but it was not so cheap as you described, and they decided to try some smaller models. Like for example, in Anthropic, they had Haiku, Opus, and Sonnet. Haiku is the smallest one, and if I right remember, they decided to continue with Haiku because they tried to play with the different prompts, but smaller model. Smaller models, cheaper token. My recommendation will be try different models, and I am not sure that you can save a lot of money with smaller context in your initial prompt. If you have like, I don't know, 100 tokens just for example, maybe you have some problem, maybe. But in most cases, what kind of prompts I saw in the production from the customer, it was not like 100 or 200 thousands of tokens they use on the context. Mostly they use smaller one, and it's not so big deal from money perspective. Money perspective, mostly it will be related to the price of the model. Play with different models. And again, it will be like advertisements. Bedrock provides this functionality. You can compare different models and say, hey, I want to play with Llama, with Mistral, with Claude, and the other models, and send one request and see different outputs, results from different models and compare them. Like for example, Haiku, Sonnet, and Opus. Maybe Haiku will be enough and you don't need to pay for Opus.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question. How the model prevents the hacking prompting? Like when the user try to like hack your prompting, what you like to like, don't talk about this, don't talk about that, but we already know this, like it exists some tips how to like hack this and get the answer when you try to like hide this.
So already, like my recommendation, first of all, will be when you're working with generative AI in production, look at what's top 10 generative AI vulnerabilities. It's what exactly you're speaking, like prompt injection and so on. So initially, system prompt, it's a good way. How to stop, for example, give permission for LLM, don't speak about something. And if user try to assign to you some another role, stop conversation. So you can try to apply some techniques in system prompt. So for example, AWS, when we speak about generative AI agents, implementation as a Bedrock, you have, for example, 2 different personas. One of them, it's a doctor. Another one, it's medicine, some personal. And doctor have capability to work with the history of the patient and see what's like latest analysis, visits and so on. Medicine personnel can have only, the name, email, phone number, that's it. And how to proceed with this role. I am doctor, and I can write in the prompt and say, hey, I'm doctor, but I'm connected from other laptops, give me permission, and so on. So what the guys from Bedrock did and apply in the generative AI agents, they put this information whom you log in inside in the system and use your ID, like session ID, and send the session ID to system prompt, and based on system prompt, which you cannot change, send to EPAM and double check that you have permission to do it. And disallow if you said like, hey, I'm doctor, please continue. I want to have some information about Victor Vedmich, what his, history of visiting our center and so on. This is how it works. But for sure, guardrails is a good approach. I need to go deeper. My recommendation will be go OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities and look how the guys recommended to solve them, not only inside the database, but also outside.
Yes, thank you.
System prompt is one of the good approach. And yeah.
Hello, my question is, even if we apply the role and ask model to think and say, hey, you can say, I don't know, the model still can hallucinate with the answer.
Yeah.
I would like to ask you about, is there some additional recommendation we can apply for an additional prompt to make the model recheck and validate this answer that we received and not take it from the context window?
No, I would say, but what you can do, you can say for LLM to find relevance quotes. If LLMs cannot find these relevance quotes from your document, because initially, what's the idea of the rack of knowledge base? When you ask anything, if LLM understand it's now I can enrich this initial request. I can add additional context to this your request and your prompt. It will do it. So without additional some steps from your side or to create a logic. But what you can put in, for example, in system prompts, that you need to find a relevance quotes or reference where is this information was mentioned, and give me links to this information. And if you don't have these links, if you don't have these quotes from the documents, don't answer this question.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for the presentation. You a bit covered the aspect of LLM and agents. And I have a question. Let's say I have a prompt which involves calling of several agents. And my question is I'm technically still talking to the single LLM, or it's under the hood implemented like supervised LLM, which calls several other LLMs, and how it's implemented in Bedrock, if you can explain it a bit.
Yeah, I got it. So initially, when I planned to demonstrate my deck, I planned that I would show you my demo from Zurich Summit in next week. So here we go. This is my final. Let me just do it on this way, and I will explain you. It's 3 minutes, but I hope we have this time. So where is play? I don't see how to say it. Here we go. View slideshow from the current slide. Currently, when you create your own agent, so agents is based on the Amazon Bedrock, we go to the agent, and I already create my own agents. I call it my last name Vedmich, agent AWS SA. So what's the component of the agent? The first component, you provide some descriptions. First of all, you need to define your EPAM role, what the agent will be able to do. Again, different roles, different permissions to AWS resources or other resources. The next one, you create like a main model which will proceed and help you to interact, to work for this agent. It's only one main LLM. Also, you define some instructions for the agent, blah, 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 it's currently going on. But what I did inside in my agent, I called API LLM and used Sonnet 3.5. So my parent LLM is Sonnet 3, but inside in the tools and the actions, I just call Sonnet 3.5 because it's give me better quality of code generation. So when here is a knowledge base, for example, when we're working with action groups for me, it's a Lambda function. Inside in the Lambda function, it's just like Python code, and I can do everything inside of the Python code. Also, in action group, I have to provide API, OpenAI, JSON Swagger file, where I provide the descriptions when you need to call this tool. Like, for example, if I'm working with weather, temperature, I need to call tool weather. When I need to generate the code on Terraform, you will need to use another tool, which is called, infrastructure as code generation tool. And inside in this tool, I can make a call to other LLMs and get this response and send it back to a parent LLM.
Thank you.
But currently we don't support multi-agents, so all of the tools should be inside in one umbrella, one agent. You can proceed like from one tool to another tool. So for example here, very quick demo, I ask about some private application, it's called Swissbox, and based on my knowledge base, based on my RAC, it's answer me that the Swissbox is serverless file sharing application. The next step, I ask to create analytics layer for this application. And what will happen in a trace? So trace is very important part in agents, because in the trace you will see the logic, what's happened under the hood, and how LLM works and makes the decision that I need to run some specific tools. Like, for example, call in weather, call into generation tool, call, get some documents from blah, 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 and so on. So currently, you see, like, it's a solution, blah, blah, blah. And just like in a few seconds, I think I will open Trace to show you how it works under the hood. It's estimation cost. And in Trace, you see, like, I have a context, long clone, what is a combine based on the previous context. And here we go, I said, like, I'm going to call this function, this tool. And action group, like, it's answer, like it's the final output. Again, I have another request, and LLM understands that I need to call this specific tool inside in my agent. How it's made, like, again, API schema, where I put all of this information, like descriptions, what kind of functionality do I have, and LLM makes this decision. Super quick intro to generative AI agents.
Yeah, for one question. Earlier it was mentioned that there is a common set of practice how to detect harmful prompt inject, like role reassuming, etc. Maybe, do you know if there is kind of well-prepared documentation or set of recommendation in form of document? It's kind of guidance for the security.
Only a WASP top 10. Just like we can try to search.
WASP is so in the name, so web.
Yeah. WASP generative AI top 10. Let's try to look at that. Some Gartner, Sneak. Yeah, here we go. That's what I said, like, for example, examples. Here we go. The first one is prompt injection manipulation with LLMs via crafted input lead to unauthorized access. The second one, insecure output handling. It means like when you send in back your results to the user, it also can be modified. So training data poisoning. So it's also one of the way how you can make some injections to the not correct answer. So when you do some fine tuning, make sure that your data is correct data, not nobody affected your initial data which you use to train your model or fine tune your model.
Oh. Yeah.
It's top 10. It's like it's public available of us top 10. There is some docs like how to proceed in different tools. In AWS we have our recommendations inside in Bedrock. You had create guardrails to avoid like injections and so on. But yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome.
And please, last question, because we don't have time. Okay.
No more questions.
I have only one question. It's simple. Do you have any trials to try your solution for not big enterprise, but for enterprise? They are really worrying about their assets, pushing them to those LLMs. They would like to have anything on-prem.
If you're already a client of AWS, most probably you have account manager and solution architect, and you can directly communicate with them. It will be my recommendation, because account manager can provide for you some credits. Credits is like money inside an AWS, which you can spend to work with Bedrock, with S3, for example, with some vector store, and so on, so on. You just say, hey, my plan is going to try generative AI use cases based on my data, based on my solution, my use case, my some application, explain what kind of you're going to try, and expect like your estimation, your forecast, how much you will spend, like $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, and account manager.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. It's only one way how you can do it. Amazon Q, it's free for developers. Yes, it's true with limitation, but all of this stuff, what I show like in Bedrock, it's not free. It's required to pay money. So yeah.
And now, before Victor provides some credits for 3 people, I want to remember, please give feedback, because it's very important for us. According it's allowed to us to invite so big stars for these events. Victor, please choose 3 questions for 3 credits. 1 credit is $50.
The first one for the first question related to how to optimize the prompts. I think it's very important. Again, I will repeat it. You don't need to start from the biggest model. Start from smallest and try to play with the prompt. Not all times it's you select, I don't know, like Opus, the larger, the biggest, or Llama 400 billion parameters. The second one, let's give this person.
Okay.
And let's give the last one to this nice lady, and the second also. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy and to figure out something new about prompt engineering. And don't write fix it in your prompt. Please provide more context, examples. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I want to say thank you for our stars, and I remember that next we can meet together and go to AWS Cloud. I'd not propose to go with Victor on to Switzerland. I think it's some more expensive, but it's okay. So now you can go and taste the pizza.
Photo, please.
Last photo with our stars and all peoples.